Well, after the pilot phase, kind of that exposed the potential of LeaP for us, where we see it best fitting in our department right now is with the level exam preparation for their ITA C of Q exams and the Red Seal exam for the trade, as well as review for their course final exams. And the third is remediation, where a student hasn't been successful in a course. And what we do is we put them into the LeaP environment where they're able to move through the material self-paced, identify their own gaps, fill those gaps with the knowledge that they need, and then we give them a second chance.
LeaP is an excellent tool for students that are preparing for exams, certification exams, course exams, any sort of exam where it's bringing together multiple units into one exam source.
I see LeaP being used throughout the entire term to help my students build on their knowledge on top of what we're reading and talking about in class.
We could use it in pretty much all of the programs. Now I teach in the academic sides where there's a lot of shop work and so on, a lot of book work, and students don't necessarily like that, so I could see it as a pre-assessment tool.
I would use LeaP in my courses if it was available. I see the rewards for the students.
Absolutely, I would use LeaP in my course. I think that, one of the problems we have in education is we teach everything in separate courses and they don't really tie them together as much as we can. And I think LeaP is a really great tool for tying it all together.
I do use it in my course. This is the second time this class is just started up with it. It's my second time using it, and we're hoping to see the same excellent results we got out of the first class.
Once you set it up, it's ready to go. I don't have to continuously set it up. Yeah, it will evolve. I would tweak it. I'll put some information in. However, once I set it up, it's good to go. I can leave it alone and it'll run itself.
I like the personalization about LeaP.
What I really like about it is how good a job it does for the students in showing them not only what they don't know, but what they do know. So they know where they need to build on, and LeaP does that for them by saying, hey, you've got these questions wrong, here's where the reading you need to do to help work on that understanding, and then it's going to retest them on that.
It's the flexibility and the adaptability that makes it unique.
Yes, I believe LeaP did meet my learners' needs based on what I saw on how their knowledge grew and their ability in the shop as well, because their knowledge of what they were working on grew.
I would say yes, it did meet my learners' needs. It met my learners' needs because I was able to see progression in their learning. I was able to see improvement in their scores.
LeaP met my learners' needs because they immediately saw the success that came from it, and not having to study the entire textbook, but just focusing on their weaknesses they don't understand.
Using the 151 test cases, I've seen success in a lot of them, and that's what the need is to provide them with success.
I can see LeaP being used for refresher courses and as well as pre-assessment when students are coming in, what we need to teach them.
As well as being used throughout the term, I also use it at the end of term as a review to get ready for the final exam.
LeaP can be used for any sort of certification exam, any sort of end of course exam, any sort of exam that brings multiple courses together, and especially if it's like a review type process. Yeah.
We can use LeaP as a flipped classroom product where we assign LeaP prior to a course starting, and the students would actually enter the course with a very, very good, solid understanding of the material that's going to be covered in the course.
LeaP is really good for the self-test, as you can just go on and it gives you all the wrong answers and the parts that you need to study for it as well.
LeaP lays out really nicely the individual courses, and let's say breaks for example, it splits that up and you can look at just breaks and the content of just breaks, right? So studying for an individual course or final exam would be nominal for LeaP. LeaP, I like the portability of LeaP. It has great access and I can access it from anywhere, work, school, home. As long as I have internet access, I can access it, right?
What I like about LeaP is that it corrects me every time. LeaP points you out in the direction that you need to study. Actually, it puts like chapter number that you need to study. You just click on it and it directs you right away to the text that you need to study.
How it's brought all the sources all together instead of having bookshelves full of books and like all the notes that we have. So we can just go through this one program and find everything we need to.
Yes, I would say LeaP did meet my expectations. It had all the content that needed to be there. What was really nice was it's there all the time that I can use it.
LeaP met my expectations in a matter of helping me to study for my exams. I've used LeaP to study for all my 3-level exams, CFQ exams, and I passed them all, thanks to LeaP.
When I started using LeaP, I was looking for just a study aid, a basic study aid, but it came to be more than that. It's a really good aid in seeing where your progress is. So.
I was looking for a refreshment, kind of a refreshment course.
Well, I needed a supplementary way of preparing for the exam, because as I said, like all the books and everything that's there, they take a lot of time. You can't really go through all of them. It's like it's got all the points that you need to study for, and it tells you what you don't really know about.
Yes, I would recommend LeaP for future classes, 100%. It is a great study guide, and it helps students and teachers see where each other or the student is in their progress in the courses. So,
I would recommend LeaP in use of future classes because it's very intuitive and very easy to use.
Right, I believe LeaP would be really useful in classes for students because they can just give them the confidence for the exam as well as all the supplementary studies for it.